put me down on the ground, but I haters be jealous, cause I'm the right in their minds. In their minds, screw up with me, boy, don't go right in their minds. Come on, at me, boy, there's a fight in their minds.
It's on to match number 2 of the day as we come to you from the historic Rizal Memorial Stadium for Philippines Football League action. We've got Manila Digger FC and Tuloy FC squaring off in this one. I think, Jing, we can argue, right, it's a mid-table clash, but this one is huge. We're going to get into more detail later, but we're glad to have you with us again, and hello to all of our viewers. And there's a lot to look forward to in this one.
100%. One of the most stylish teams right now in the league, in Tuloy FC, taking on a thriller machine in Manila Digger, who are desperate to try to get into the top half of the table and make their claim for actually an outside title push. So malaking bagay ito para sa Manila Digger. There's a lot on the line for both teams.
Emphasis on that, of course. And when we assess the table, we look at we get to see how the teams are actually, and ditto what you said here. And for Tuloy FC, you can argue there's some catching up to do, I think.
Yes, 100%, right? They've fallen behind a little bit. They've only got 6 points as of the moment. And when you look at the type of games that are there for them to win, arguably this is one of them that they still have a shot at, with Manila Digger not exactly being a bona fide contender as of yet. And meanwhile naman para sa Manila Digger, they're basically in a logjam from 5th to 7th place. Pare-pareho lang naman yung mga puntos nila. So may chance dito ang Manila Digger to, like UCFC, go upwards into the table and make a claim to being part of that contender conversation.
That's right, but we'll zoom in on the squads, of course, with Tuloy FC first and foremost. They're coming off a great performance. They snapped their losing streak and continuing to play disciplined football kahit lamang sila, even if they're down. And what's there to see with this crew?
Well, you know, it was a big win for them, no, na makakuha sila ng 3 points kontra sa Garelli. It snapped a 2-game skid. And dun nila talaga napakita nila ulit yung napakaganda nilang style of football. And, you know, you have individuals like Noti Nunez, who is a real individual to look out for. You know, he's a guy that has a lot of talent, and he's the metronome for them in the middle of midfield. So, you know, malaking bagay para sa kanila that they are able to utilize Noti in midfield. Now, meanwhile, for Manila Digger naman, you know, they had a disappointment in their last outing against UCFC. But again, it was another thriller, Claro. It was a great game. 2-0 to 2-2, and then eventually to 4-2. No? So, you know, we're expecting another exciting one today with Manila Digger and Tuloy.
No better way to say it, as we'll turn it over to pitch side with Alex Lagman to give us even more details.
Tuloy FC looking to stick to their own play by maximizing their technical abilities of keeping the ball under pressure and keeping the possession. Coach Suzuki wants to see his players being passionate and hungry inside the game. They aim to learn and to keep getting better after every game. For Manila Diggers, they have been consistently ranking high in this tournament. Coach Pong's birthday wish is for his team to meet his expectations and plans tactically. He plans to attack and defend as a unit and to be able to give pressure towards the attack of Tuloy FC. So now turning it over, back to you, Claro and Jing.
Here we go. Ito na po. We have our match officials, and they are led by Mick John Pineda. And we do see that Clifford Daipuyat is their referee an experienced crew for this one when we speak of our match officials. In his game, of course, that will be a challenge to both teams, and we'll get into more detail later on. But we see our skippers, of course, for their respective photos. And Tuloy FC, Jing, I think we can say it like a broken record. Such a young team, brewing with experience, may swagged in with the way they play, and they are not afraid to hang or play against people or full-grown men. Bata sila, let's face it.
And nakikita natin right on your screen here, Shin and Nunez, ibang-iba ang physical stature nila, and that's going to be a trend all throughout the pitch. In particular, the striker of Manila Digger, he is a big boy by any standards, and he's going to be taking on a guy like Brian Villanueva today. He's got a lot of responsibility, just 17 years of age. He's taken on a 28-year-old veteran in Salifu Jata, and that's going to be a big test for him alongside De Gracia, Capistrano, and Grizola to keep him quiet. Meanwhile, Nunez and Halike making things tick in the middle, and we'll see how much service they'll be able to provide moving forward. And now if you take a look at the starting 11, para naman dito sa Manila Digger, the main man up top, Jata, is a man to watch. Earl Pinheiro has been an impressive addition over on the right flank. And meanwhile, ang backline nila si Regala Barsanilla and Ashley Cristal reinstating sort of a more familiar faces in that backline. Of course, they're losing Giganto and they're losing Ebarle today. So yun lang naman yung mga switches para dito sa Manila Digger.
So there we go, the likes of Seidel South will kick this one off. It's a 4-4-2 formation for Tuloy FC, squaring off with the 4-3-3 of Manila Digger FC. Manila Digger, again, with Coach Pong Liman celebrating his birthday on a match day. And we are off. Tuloy FC are in their blue uniforms with some yellow, while in contrast, Manila Digger are in their red and white uniforms.
Tuloy FC known for how they control the ball and how they're able to keep possession. But as you can see here, right from the get-go, we're going to see them be tested very, very early here by Manila Digger. They're going to press high and force Tuloy to play through them. So we'll see how it pans out here.
Yes, they pick it up now and try to test the keeper, but not on target. No problem for Michael Antilo Jr. And it was embodied right there. They tried to start it off quickly and test the young guns.
Kasi ang alam natin, kilala ang Tuloy FC na magaling mag-play out of tight spaces. Ngayon, gusto malaman ng Manila Digger kung kaya nyo ba pag talagang tinaasan natin yung pressure in your own half.
As we see Shin now, their skipper, Johanna, gave it over to the left wing. As Hakim Dalam got it over to Jimson Cristal. And as you said, this back line, familiar names despite of Manila Digger being a new team in the Philippines Football League scene.
Isa sila sa mga revelation so far itong 2024. And talagang magandang addition sa lineup ng mga usuals natin sa top flight ng Philippine football. And with the score lines that they've been able to produce, nakikita talaga natin that it's always a fun game. It's always a tight contest kapag nandyan ang Manila Digger.
Johanna, but it was denied by the keeper. The follow-up, and there you go. Quickly getting that opening goal. Manila Digger getting themselves in the driver's seat, executing Coach Pong's game plan to perfection, but it's only in the early stages. But that's a perfect start, as we always say, as it's Earl Pinheiro.
Just 2 minutes in, one of the men that we've been highlighting, Earl Pinheiro, isa sa mga standouts ng mga local dito sa Manila Digger. And he's alive, alert when that ball is saved, and he pounces. And Tuloy punished very early on.
Earl Pinheiro getting goal number 4 of the season. But Johanna getting it on target. Pinheiro cleaning up the garbage, as we say.
Ice cold from Earl Pinheiro. Actually, if you look at the replay there, his starting position was actually quite far outside or just slightly inside the box, but he'd made up the space with his quick reaction and pace. But it couldn't get any worse for a start. Pag kung pag-uusapan natin ng Tuloy FC, no? Up against a side like Manila Digger, you want to stay tight and you want to make it a frustrating affair for the favorites in this contest. Now it's an uphill climb very early on.
As Tuloy will carry on play in the middle. Because the question here for Manila Digger, when I was referring to them as arguably a mid-table team, is because the question is, can they hang with the big boys? The big boys, of course, the favorites. We all got to see the heavyweights, established PFL teams. We got to see one of them, we could say, in United City earlier yesterday. We had Stallion Laguna playing. All those teams, Cebu, Kaya, you name them. Because Manila Digger did say they want to get this win before they face the established PFL teams. Well, like a preparation of sorts, getting themselves chugging on all cylinders or humming.
Well, sunod-sunod yan, no? Claro, they're going to have Stallion, Kaya, Taguig, and Cebu in quick succession. So if you want a test of or a real taste of first division football, where they're going to get it in the next few weeks, no? But the question is, can they hang with the big boys? Well, we got a glimpse last week nung kinalaban nila ang United City. They went 2-0 down, tied things up at 2-2. No? So in terms of being able to compete, they're definitely up there. But syempre, may adjustment period that still needs to be taken care of in terms of being able to ensure that they're competitive over the course of 90 minutes, because they did give up 2 goals late against United City, and that match finished 4-2 for them. So, you know, still a little bit to work on for Manila Digger, but certainly a confidence booster against Tuloy would be something that they would definitely want heading into the most difficult part of their season.
As we saw, an unsuccessful ball to play Hakim Dalam, but as we say it, he got close to winning it, but it's a foul in favor of Tuloy. There's John Lloyd Halike. Will he work his magic for them? He is their leading scorer this season with 6 goals, so for sure Manila Digger have done their homework when we talk about the youngster. And what's interesting, Jing, is naka-center mid yung position ni John Lloyd Halike. Not his usual up-front position.
Well, they're going to be trying to take advantage of his composure on the ball to try to keep it. Pero so far, hindi pa masyadong nakakarating sa kanya yung mga pasa.
It looks like he'll need to grow bit by bit in his role, as we see Daigi Jahana, the fan favorite of Manila Digger, pictured. All teams, of course, have been able to get their fan favorites over the course of this season. And would you believe we are pretty much at the halfway mark already? It's been a blast.
Ang bilis lang. And it's great to see how the table is starting to shape up, and we're really getting a taste of kung sino-sino ang mga contenders. And look at this. Playing with fire, Tuloy FC, and they almost got burned.
Muntik na disgrasya ang Tuloy na naman. But they escape again. Because we could say in their perspective, you said it's a perfect start for Manila Digger, executing well. Earl Peñero doing his thing. But for Tuloy, not cleaning up the garbage, letting in an early goal, as we saw a Meg there. And just to end, parang disgrasya sa perspektibo ng Tuloy FC with that bad start.
And they almost shot themselves in the foot and gave up a second. Can't be playing around loosely with Jata sniffing around the box. Nakakagulat yung pace, nakakagulat yung length of his limbs.
As we know, with Salifu Jata playing up front, he did, as we said, give trouble to the higher-ranked United City FC. So obviously, there's a reason why Tuloy have to respect him. And double effort again. They're smaller players, so I presume they're going to have to work double time to deny the big man.
It's one of the reasons why Brian Villanueva is starting today. He's one of the bigger players on this team despite being just 17. Pero kung titingnan mo yung katawan niya kontra kay Jata, it's really a different story. But here, Tuloy doing well.
Getting possession in the attacking half, or closing in on the attacking third. So here comes Halike. Will he cross? Sends it low, but it was picked up by the back line that appeared to be Barsanilia. As it is given to Dalam. But it was read by Haren de Gracia. He saw his understanding of the scenario, so he just knocked it out to the side. And there's the look at the man himself, Salifu, big boy Jata. And mind you, teams are allowed to play 5 foreigners again on the field, right? Plus 1 goalkeeper. But Tuloy, as we know, all Filipino with their roots, of course, as they are that program in sheltering or giving a future to these to homeless kids, right? What a background.
Absolutely incredible what they've been able to do, and it's really a showcase of what can be created if you create a solid program for kids to develop, and you provide them a facility to train at, you keep them together, you give them good fundamentals, and you watch it blossom into something. And we're seeing Tuloy be a perfect example.
Justin Lopanco appeared to take a knock, and that is why it's a free kick in the midfield on the right wing.
So far, magandang pinapakita ni Lopango na handa siyang lumaban sa laro na to. He's up against a very physical man in Cristal. At nangangailangan, kung napanood nyo yung laro kagabi between Taguig and Davao, in order to thrive in this league, there are going to be some times where you have to be prepared for a battle and to go to war there on the pitch. And physicality ang hindi isa sa mga mabibigay mong advantage sa Tuloy, no? Pag tinitingnan mo yung mga stature ng mga players nila. So they have to make up for that with a fieriness, a willingness to get physical, even if you know, they are going up against players that are going to be bigger than them.
They sure have displayed that grit again because they recently played Philippine Air Force, as we know, and the military teams, also physical. And Tuloy kept it close. They did not back down from that challenge.
A tight one. Just a 2-1 scoreline in that affair. You got to love it, you know, watching these young boys try to scrap with the likes of Air Force. So that'll be good experience for them going into this match where they will be required to be a little bit more physical.
As it is given to goalkeeper Yuya Kuriyama, sends it to Barsanilla. They'll go down the left side. Cristal on the left, Jahana in the middle. A quick triangle executed. Cristal sending it long. Jata again, it's obvious why he is playing in this game. But you see he has the advantage in terms of height, physique, you name it. Could there be pressure here? Oh, I gotta deliver because we're in a scenario like this. I'm the tallest player by a mile.
I think the boy from the Gambia that's the pressure that's on his shoulders at all times. He wants to score. He knows he's going to be a physical presence, but I think he enjoys it. I think he enjoys being able to utilize his strengths. But at the same time, he's actually a very good footballer as well. You know, good technique. He's not just all about the physicality, and he showed that against United City the last time out. It's good to see him back healthy and becoming a regular here para sa Manila Digger.
Yes, he did suffer a hamstring injury in their opener, actually, of the season. A close win versus Army, actually. And with Jata, he did give us a wonder goal, swinging it in from the wing. Kahit open goal, that was tough, getting it to curl in.
Definitely showcasing his ability. And here's Lopango. Going to be a good battle between him and Cristal.
Jimson Cristal, of course, someone we are familiar with, someone who plays on the wings. But it is given away now. They'll try to play it to their big man up front, Jata. And you have your boys of Tuloy scrambling to get back, but Jata just using his strides now. No angle, though. Brian Villanueva doing the job. And the reason, again, why he's there. 3-on-1 here.
See the celebration mula kay Villanueva there. He knows it's a precarious position he's been placed in. Nakita natin, no? Ang bilis din ni Jata. Here, gets in front of Villanueva, but he's able to recover. And there's a reaction there from Brian Villanueva. He's 17 years old. He's going up against a guy here who is more than a decade older than him, who's a foot or two taller, and maybe a foot wider than him as well. But so every battle he wins, it's going to be massive for him and his confidence. And he's a fighter, Brian Villanueva. So this is going to be a match that he's been looking forward to.
As Daiki Jahana we see pictured will give us the corner kick. So we did say again Tuloy, all Filipino Digger, have their foreign players. It came off of Jata from the looks of it. It was cleared off by John Diaz. But it's on to the right now. I believe this is Sangchon John or Darwin Regala. A chance now to work on the counter. It's in the middle. Cyril Saut. Clearly some holding on, but on yellow early on, this can change the game.
Wow. Yellow card there from Mick John Pineda for the blatant shirt pulling. Must have come a little bit before that because that didn't look like much mula kay Sangchon John. Pero walang masyadong complaints mula sa kanya.
So it looks like he'll just roll with that punch now. And it carries on for Tuloy. Halike. Lupanco trying to support, but the flag is up from the linesman. It will go the other way. So let's assess Manila Digger a bit. Yes, they do have their foreign players to look to maximize those slots. But they do have some great homegrown players when we look at their roster from A to Z.
Yep, definitely. Even off the bench, they've got a lot of good players, you know. So Manila Digger have recruited well during the off-season. The likes of Darwin Regala, Earl Pinheiro na nakita na natin. Of course, you've also got Jim Ashley Flores na nanggagaling sa bench. Of course, Giganto injured, unfortunately. At si Major Dean Ebarle, unavailable nga lang para sa larong ito.
Yes, unfortunately, Ebarle is serving his suspension. So he accumulated yellow cards, sadly.
Si Jovan Marfiga na naglaro din in the last match, no? So there's a lot of good talent here, and they're getting an opportunity to test themselves in the first division, which you really love to see.
As we see here now, Capistrano try to get past Lupanco. No options to get forward.
Look at how many red shirts are up.
There's 3-on-1 in that scenario there, just for Lupanco, actually. Executed to perfection, you could say. Quick play here of sorts. Tuloy took some time to get down. Dalam, give it back to the captain now. Shin, going for Jata. It was loose there though, and Cyril Saut gets it. We'll try to establish things for them on the counter now. Urakoy. Urakay also quite tall when we look at it now, and he is playing up front with Cyril Saut. But here comes John Lloyd Halike on the right, trying to send it. But Digger's defense got to secure for a moment. Harin de Gracia, he's been given that license to move forward a bit. Brian Villanueva, Rocky Grizola. The long ball over the top. They'll try to use their speed. But it was clearly stopped. Naughty Nunez. Fantastic skill. And from how we see it, Tuloy are slowly getting some momentum and establishing their style of play, as expected. Halike gets this one from Saut. Still Halike. He ran into Daniel Ashley, who's also a brick wall in his own right.
It's a great spell of possession mula dun sa Tuloy, particularly in that last sequence. Able to move the ball into the final third, get it from left to right as well, and just keeping it, adding a little bit more confidence to their ability to move it, because they're going to need to do that a lot to keep Manila Digger stifled.
And with Manila Digger's approach, they were reminded, of course, never underestimate this Tuloy FC team. As we see our passing accuracy, 94 for Tuloy, 78 for Manila Digger. Manila Digger playing the long ball a number of times, looking to beat their much shorter opponents. As here comes Dalam playing in the middle, picked up by De Gracia. You gotta love his confidence with the ball.
Yan naman yung gusto mong makita mula sa Manila Digger. No? If they are going to take the next step, they are going to need to take care of the ball a little bit more and try to be a little bit more precise when they're trying to be incisive.
As there's a call, it will stay with Tuloy FC. And we're just wrapping up, of course, when we were talking about or discussing Manila Digger. Coach Pong, of course, wants the birthday win to make sure that they do have a great birthday party later, he did say. And he wants to dedicate this game to his parents and to Coach Aris Kaslib, his mentor who got him into or bridged him from his playing career over to his coaching career.
You gotta love that Pong Liman football heritage. It's great that he's continuing on his career here and sharing his knowledge and experience.
That's why we have a lot of Beda boys or San Beda boys here with the Pong Liman effect. As here's a chance, what a collision in the box. But the flag was up. And it's offside, unfortunately, for Tuloy FC. Well, that was quite a hit for Diaz.
We're getting glimpses now of what Tuloy are about. Spotted the run there, Nunez, and they're finding the pockets of space. Offside nga lang ang tinawag. But you can see they're finding the spaces now and being able to cut through this Manila Digger defense.
So let's see how they'll be able to fine-tune themselves in this one again. It's just about 20 or 19 minutes in. Tuloy FC have been growing and growing, getting more dangerous bit by bit. It's a little expected for Manila Digger again to have that danger because, again, they are full-grown men playing against much smaller players, as we will turn it over pitch side to Alex Lagman to give us a report.
Manila Diggers have been putting on the pressure to the Tuloy defense. Even with this, Tuloy remained composed and patient with the ball, bit by bit inching towards the goal of Diggers and being able to contain them in their own half.
Thank you very much, Alex, for that report. As it's on with the action, or back to the action, it is Digger now who'll try to roll the dice. Cristal. Saud, John Lloyd Halike tried to use his skill, but it was read well.
Digger just guilty of a few cheap giveaways in this first half, you know. They haven't kept up the pressure after scoring early on, and you know, they're in danger of allowing Tuloy back into this game.
With all due respect to Tuloy, of course, Tuloy can possibly pounce on that, but what more, if you give up mistakes like that to top teams, you'll surely pay the price.
Definitely, if they're using this as a precursor to playing the big boys in the PFL, then they certainly need to turn it up a little bit here.
Shin. So now how will they respond now? Jahana. Try to flick it back now. Well, here's Shin, his fellow foreign player, but Dalam couldn't reach it now. Naughty Nunez. Just lifting his team up again with his leadership. And he's been with the Tuloy FC program since he was 6, mind you.
Incredible.
That's why, of course, his wizardry just comes naturally to him. It's back with Antilo. Brian Villanueva. On the left to the likes of Rocky Grizola. De Gracia. There's a hold on his shoulder though. Nunez will try to reset. Found some space. Got it over to John Lloyd Halike. As we have a quick update, it is 2-0 for Cebu FC versus Philippine Air Force FC over at the dynamic Herb Borromeo Sports Complex.
Ball was given away there by Tuloy, pero nakikita mo si Coach Taketomo Suzuki, who was very pleased with that sequence of play because they navigated the tight pressure. The high press of Manila Digger was aggressive in that particular situation, and they played right through it, and they were able to almost release in behind. And a few more sequences like that, and they will be testing Michael Antilo, Yuya Kuriyama soon enough.
Yuya Kuriyama, one of their foreign keepers too. As this came off Salifu, Big Boy Jata, but it's on the right now. But a gutsy slide. No whistle, and the crowd loving it, of course. That appeared to be clean from our vantage point. What a stop. High fives.
Gotta love to see that one again. Haden de Gracia, did he time it? Ooh, got the ball. Regala asking for a foul. In a card, you got neither.
But because of that, you can say mission accomplished in Tuloy's perspective, right? But Harin or John Lloyd Halike gave up a foul. He should have seen how he floored his man. I'm saying that, of course, because of their strength, right? To talk about younger kids.
It's great to see them acquit themselves in this manner.
Justin Lupanco. Oh my gosh, John Lloyd Halike. My apologies for that reaction. I just ran out of words. But cheaply given away. The cross now, Jata. Struggling to secure it now. It's still on the ground now. A fall for John. And we have a scoring opportunity for Manila Digger. A free kick outside of the area.
I didn't see the contact really. I saw him go down. Didn't think it was a foot in.
Ooh.
Might have been clipped by Lupango.
I wonder if we could take another look at that from a different angle. But this is what's more important. They have this chance. This might be ideal from the looks of it. If it's literally at the edge of the box, parang masyadong malapit, as some of our colleagues would say. This one might be good.
Yeah, just outside of that semicircle. Enough room to get it up and over the wall and back down. And may konting diskusyon dito between Minky Shin and Daiki Jahana. Interesting to see who will take it.
Two midfield players for them. And I've definitely given them, or Manila Digger, a great boost. Will they get to double their lead? Time will tell as we have the whistles from referee Mick John Pineda. A slight delay here. They're trying to play mind games. Jata takes it. Looks like we have a whistle though.
Not sure what the call was mula kay Mick John Pineda. Regardless, it was a good save mula kay Michael Antilo.
We continue to see it every stop. Tuloy, of course, giving each other an applause. It's as if they almost scored a goal. They are making defending look glamorous at this stage.
It's about being locked into every moment. It's a game of moments, right? And if you're locked in for every minute, then you're going to be making the most of every moment. And right now for them, every battle is a win. Every battle is something that they need to be completely up for. You can't fall asleep against Manila Digger, especially with the firepower that they're up against today.
Yes, we have this opportunity because Justin Lupanco had space to operate, but it is given away and denied by the Digger backline. Jata gets this one. The target man doing his job now. How will Manila Digger get their numbers forward altogether? And here comes Dalam. He's been playing narrow as of late. Jata, a little unfamiliar territory of sorts in this game, I will say. But he's not shy, of course, to work his magic on the left. Shin. Looks like he was asking if they were ready for a long ball. But nonetheless, they'll try to cycle it here. It's now with Daniel Ashley. The other side with Regala. Quick play now. It's with Pinheiro.
They need to pick up the tempo. Manila Digger getting a little too relaxed. They know they have that easy outlet out to Jata, but the numbers to support him were slow to arrive.
As here's the throw in. Now they'll try to work on the right. Regala. Jahana the cross. Brian Villanueva getting the stop. But this one was given or played to no man's land. Jimson Cristal, the first to it, claiming it. And the long one in. Easily picked up by Michael Antilo Jr. We are 27 minutes into this game already, and we're glad to have you with us. Magandang gabi po. It is Tuloy FC in their blue uniforms, playing from left to right. Manila Digger are in the red and white, playing from right to left, currently defending as John Lloyd Halike gets this one. John, or it was Barcenilia, I beg your pardon. But Halike appeared to take a hard fall. But Barcenilia had to work double time to stop a much faster man. Hakim Dalam was 2-on-1 there. Was clearly beaten. As it is now with Cyril Saut. As Halike continues to stay down Sao taking a fall, winning it from the looks of it. But the referee, of course, heading over to Halike, taking a hit to the head, holding on. Tough one here, losing one of their main men.
Got hit in the face, the arm across. He was never going to get to the ball, Halike, in that particular duel. But there seems to be some lasting impact from that contact.
We see him storming through. Parang tumalsik lang ng konti, dealing with a big man like John Mar Barsanilla, who was going for the ball clearly.
He got in front. The arm went up, yeah, but he didn't swing it or anything like that. Barsanilla wasn't trying to do anything malicious. And in fact, inaakala nga ng mga teammates ni Halike that it wasn't anything serious because they continued to play on when they regained possession. They did not put the ball out.
Halike continues to be down.
Of course, running at that pace, at full speed, and you take a shot to the face. Sometimes, you know, it looks, it is more painful than it looks.
And there you go, of course. There's that adrenaline kicking in also, as we know. But he is back on his feet. That's great to see. John Lloyd Halike, who has gone through the youth national team age groups. He did say he is in senior high because he did have to stop his studies for a bit, unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But he did resume. That's what's important. And we'd like to remind you that Star Polaris is the official match ball of the Philippines Football League. And don't you forget again, play will resume. Tuloy will be down to 10 men for a short moment again. John Lloyd Halike received some treatment from their physiotherapist. Hence, he will need to re-enter the match from the half line. And again, you are catching this game on pfl.org.ph, Blast TV, and Premier Football and Premier Sports. And a happy birthday again to Coach Pong Liman of Manila Digger FC. Will it be a birthday win for them again as they carry on their build-up and not just improving their standings, but they got to prepare or have to prepare for their duel with the big boys, top-ranked teams, as they are working through the middle. The save to deny Cyril Saud. Fantastic reflexes from Yuya Kuriyama.
Great chance carved out there. Fantastic football mula sa Tuloy FC.
As we see the replay here of what just transpired.
Entry pass was great, but also the build-up to that pass was impressive mula sa Tuloy.
And they continue to pile up the pressure. And we see now all outfield players of Manila Digger in their defending half. They do respect Tuloy FC and what they are capable of doing.
They switched up their approach, Manila Digger. Now they're not applying as much pressure on the ball, and I think that's to their detriment.
They appear to mishit that when we refer to John Lloyd Halike, but it'll go back their way nonetheless. And I just wanted to add, of course, we were saying that Eric Giganto, or you were saying that Eric Giganto is not available due to injury. And just to see his impact, of course, he has 2 assists so far this season, the outright leader for his team. But again, that invaluable experience, just to highlight that, as Justin Lopanco is furious at that call. It may have been offside from what I saw, or from the signal of the referee.
You're talking about Giganto, his absence today, not just, an absence in terms of goals and assists, but he's a constant outlet on the left side. And him working in tandem with Major Dina Barle, that was a key component to how Manila Diggers progress the ball. And right now, they are looking a little stagnant in the way that they've been able to move forward, and that's the reason why that we're getting an early substitution here from Coach Jeffrey Lehman.
As we see, Ashley Flores is entering the game back from his coaching stint with the U17 Filipinas.
That's right.
As here comes Salifu Jata, playing it through now. Ashley, close but not quite. But hey, I think that's instant impact.
His pace is going to be a real problem here. And they're going to have to look alive here on the right side of Tuloy. Dahil si Jim Ashley Flores, iba yung turbo niyan.
Not just speed, of course, but his excellent decision-making and his high level of experience. As we see confirmation once more of our sub in the screen or in the graphics. But now the question is, how will Manila Digger get things going their way? Because they've been playing to the tempo of Tuloy FC.
I think that's a trend for them this season, and that's the reason why the score lines for them have been so close. They play to the level of their opponent, and they rise to the occasion pag magaling yung kalaban nila. Pero at the same time, against teams that they should be dominating and beating, medyo nagre-relax or bumababa yung standard nila. And right now, we're seeing them, at a level that perhaps is a gear or two below what they were performing at against United City. And that's something that they have to take into consideration because consistency is so important, lalong-lalo na sa isang liga na single round robin lang.
Single round robin, if you do lose, you do not have a chance anymore to make up for things or bumawi. Because you only play against each other once. Whoever will be number one will be crowned champions of the Philippines Football League. Shin will knock it back to Cristal. 11 minutes away from additional time as they get it over to Jata. Jahana playing this one long now. That's in the middle, Pinheiro. Intending to play the space on the right, but you see, of course, the likes of Regala were all the way back.
Nasa kabilang panig si Jim Ashley Flores. Siguro kung si Flores yun, maabot niya yun.
Ashley Flores again with all of his experience, but here is a chance to continue piling up the pressure. John keeps it in on the left wing. Cristal. The intention was there, but the execution was off for the skipper Shin Min Ki. Sadly, it's given away. An unforced error. What was interesting, though, is that Tuloy's keeper received that throw-in. I think they wanted to play it quickly. But that allowed Manila Digger to just pile up the pressure, given that throw-in was from deep.
Very, very rare that you'd see a goalkeeper involved in a throw-in sequence. And to add to that, sinubukan niya pang mag-short pass, no? But that's the mentality of Tuloy. The problem is, if you make mistakes, it's a high-risk game that they're playing, right? So, gusto mong lumusot through short passing when you're being high-pressed. If you give it up, the team is on top of you.
As they lob this one to Ashley Flores. Took a touch, but Michael Antilo Jr. got it again. They'll play it quickly now. Some space, though, because Manila Digger did not get to establish, but Halike's touch was loose. Ashley Flores. He really changed up the dynamics of this game. Cristal. Binalik sa kanya. They'll try to reset with their back line. Daniel Lashley. Over to Regala. Switching it up, making the Tuloy defense work. The long ball and going for Jata. But Antilo got it, of course, being the keeper. He does have that extra reach. Baka pantay sila ni Jata in that situation.
But he's been getting more and more frustrated. Nakikita natin sa body language ni Salifu Jata. The lack of touches on the ball, the lack of service that he's been getting is starting to bring a bit of disappointment for him.
Things not working out, of course, he can possibly spiral into this bad game for him personally. Let's see. how he will grow in this one. Let's see how the team will continue to carry on as we look at that previous play again.
There's been a big question mark about how Tuloy would be dealing with Salifou Jata and a man of his stature. And so far, they've held firm here. They're showcasing that they have the tools and they have the fight to nullify somebody like Salifou Jata.
As we saw, there was that throw-in. Cristal asking for it wide open on the other side. But Digger will try to push again on the right wing. Well, here comes the cross. Numbers worked initially as Flores took this shot. And it was just off from the looks of it. But what a play here from Digger.
Nag-iiba yung laro ngayon, no, na nakapasok na ngayon si Jim Ashley Flores. There's an extra bite to the attack of Manila Digger. It's almost like a predator has entered the pitch and everybody's a little bit on edge now.
Bringing in that fear. And such a respected player also. Ashley will try to play this one long. It was sent back though by Rocky Grizola. They escaped traffic well. Harin de Gracia just gave it back. It was Naughty Nunez. He just got that one earlier from Diaz. Diaz was also helping out at the back and distribute as it is picked up by Cyril Saut. His side was loaded with defenders. It's with Nunez. Nunez said with his Philippine senior caps that he's trying to just bring in that experience to the rest of his team and raise their level. It's such a humble guy.
And a real testament to the program of Tuloy that they have somebody like Harry Nunez who's played through the youth teams and
Loose handles. A gift, but Digger just squandered that. I thought it was good from the get-go.
it ruffled the net, but it was the side netting and what a miss mula kay Salifou Jata. Sabi mo nga, no, regalo na yung binigay sa kanya.
Kahit hindi pa Pasko. Well, here's another gift to give it back.
Gusto niya yung mas mahirap. Salifou Jata.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, when you put the game sliders on 99, you see what Salifou Jata can do. Case in point again. Look at the way he played against United City FC. Here comes Daiki Jahan, a man on him, so that's why he has to hit the turbo.
Lovely work mula kay Nunez.
And now they'll play it back. They'll try to stretch out that defense of Digger. 5 minutes away or 4 minutes away from additional time in the first half. And what a game it's been, Jing. You have any expectations or additional expectations as we're nearing the halfway mark?
Well, Tuloy are definitely in this game now. It was unfortunate kung paano nila sinimulan yung laro dahil nakapamigay sila ng goal. But here they are. A real chance here.
Lopanco denied again by the keeper in Yuya Kuriyama.
That's golden opportunities end to end. Both sides unable to take advantage.
You gotta make your opportunities count, as they say. I think that was played through Barsanilla though. The Meg.
Gotta love that awareness mula kay Halike. Didn't touch the ball. But if Lupango had hit that into the back of the net, you'd almost want to give an assist to Halike for having the awareness to let that ball run and give him a clean strike at goal. But itong Tuloy talaga pag they're firing on all cylinders, it's almost like they're one organism.
No better way to say it as they whip this one in. Kuriyama picked it up again. And he'll just try to take some time off the clock. Okay, yan, staying down in the ground. The player came through. He just let it go.
Manila Digger on the back foot here.
It's almost like they're not leading this game with the way they're playing.
And yeah, barring that drop mula kay Antilo, chances have been few and far between. half chance mula kay Jim Ashley Flores. But, you know, on paper, prior to this match, kung titingnan natin kung sino talaga ang paborito sa laro na to or sino ang iniisip natin na malaking disadvantage ang meron ang Tuloy. But it doesn't look like it here in the match that's unfolding in front of us, Claro. It's a very even contest, and in fact, Tuloy, you could say, are deserving of at least a goal.
They're definitely making up for that disadvantage in height or physique with their technical style of play and their chemistry or cohesion. But mind you, again, Manila Digger do have a 1-0 lead behind Earl Pinheiro.
Second yellow.
And it's given to him, Earl Pinheiro, the goal scorer.
He's been consistent, Nick John Pineda. He's not going to take any deliberate pulling and stopping of plays.
Oh. Clear shirt pull.
Shirt pull, arm pull, hand pull. A little bit of everything there from Earl Pinheiro.
All of the above. Confirmation again in the yellow of Earl Pinheiro. And this is Clara Manzano on call for this match alongside Jing Hamblang. Second match of the day. Don't you forget, we still have one more later. As John Lloyd Halique thought about it for a moment. Gave it to Lopanco. Sent it to the middle. Nunez. They are asking for a handball. Digger escaping by the skin of their teeth. You could see how they were furious. Well, here's Harin de Gracia. Displaying again what we always talk about. Di sila natatakot.
So much heart in this Tuloy team, and that was really embodied there by Harin de Gracia. He bounced off Jata and kept fighting.
As here comes Ashley Flores now. Came off of Brian Villanueva. Still in the danger area. Nunez collects. Got to fake the big man. Sadel Sao, their striker, dropping down to help. Rocky Grizola. So 2 minutes of additional time as Clifford Daipuyat, our fourth official, just confirmed down on the ground. There was that tackle. They thought about it for a moment, but here comes this long ball. Secured by Antilo. What you could see, medyo alanganin yung galaw niya dun.
A lot of times you'd see goalkeepers who just try to hit that first time and get it away, but he's got the confidence to try to bring it down. He didn't stop dead immediately, but speaks of the confidence of the man. That's going to be another yellow.
We saw Sao clearly tagged. And the yellow and John Mar Barcinilia. It looks like it, Jeng. They're struggling to keep up with that quick first step of the Tuloy boys.
Incredible what we're seeing here.
I didn't have to ask you, of course, because you saw it real time and called it real time. And this is a free kick from a golden area, similar to the free kick of Manila Digger earlier. At the edge of the goalkeeper box, but not right at the line.
No surprise kung sino yung mga nakatayo. Ready to take this free kick, Nunez and Halique having a look. It favors really whoever. It's central. Got a left footer and a right footer ready.
And that will keep Yuya Kuriyama on his toes. Same for the wall, we could say too. And as expected, Salif Ujata is part of that wall. You just see him a cut above the rest there. Looks like they'll be adding one more man, a 5-man wall to beat. Chimson Cristal just at the side also, just in case.
They've added more to that wall.
Looks like it's 6 now. Kulang na lang, may nakahiga. As we see in some high-level games. Nunez the dummy. Halique, no good for them.
That might have been Jata's doing, actually. Just tried to get that a little bit higher than he needed to, but a great first half, Claro.
It's definitely been a blast to Tuloy with the last kick in the first half, but it is 1-0 for Manila Digger with that goal in the second minute or so from Earl Pinheiro. The goal from Digger, Jeng, but like what we said, parang Tuloy yung lamang dito in this game.
Yeah, 100%. We're seeing here a Tuloy FC side that are playing their way back into this game, and they've still got 45 minutes to get a goal and get back into the match. And if the trend continues in the second period, Manila Digger are going to have a very tough time.
So teams will take it to the respective dugouts. Let's see how Coach Taketomo Suzuki for Tuloy and Coach Pong Liman, the birthday boy, will sort things out for his team, Manila Digger FC. But we'll be back after a break, and we'll eventually give you your highlights and statistics later on. We are currently at the halftime break right here as we come to you from the Rizal Memorial Stadium, bringing you Philippines Football League action. And as we speak, Manila Digger FC lead Tuloy FC 1-0 behind the goal of Earl Pinheiro, which was so early in this one. But after that, we did see Manila Digger lose steam, and even we got to see Tuloy FC dictate this one. But that was the strong start. We got to see the opening goal. But as we said, Jing, parang nag-drop down yung Manila Digger dito.
Tuloy FC, not the best of starts from them. And in fact, you could argue that it was self-inflicted, the early damage that they caused themselves. But in fairness to them, it was only the one goal that they gave up. And Brian Villanueva, you will see in this sequence here how he bodies Jata. And in fact, he motions after that play finishes for the big boy to stand up. That's the kind of character you're dealing with here with Brian Villanueva. And I think from this point onwards, they started to gain a little bit more confidence, knowing that they could match up with Manila Digger in terms of their physicality. And they started to express themselves. And claro, it really started getting very interesting and very impressive mula sa Tuloy. Their ability to cut through Manila Digger in terms of their high press and also be able to create their own chances.
As we see here, Ashley Flores was inserted early on into this game. In some part in the first half, he was put in for Hakeem Dalam and did make an impact, but they haven't been able to double their tally. We see Digger get to attack, of course, but it's a little listless with Tuloy, gaining confidence in this one bit by bit. And we saw a near one here, a gift to Jata. But he just gave that gift back. Did not get to capitalize again. But John Lloyd Halike, you loved this one, Jing, I think.
A great chance for Lupango, and yun na siguro yung pinakamagandang chance ng Tuloy in that game. But you could see there how few touches Jata had in dangerous areas, and he's their main weapon, and they haven't really been able to utilize him. And as we take a look at the statistics, you can see it's an even game, right? There's obviously the one goal to Manila Digger, but they do have a record of not having any clean sheets, claro. So anything can still happen in this second half.
Right, 45 more minutes to play, but first and foremost, we will take it pitch side to Alex Lagman to give us an update.
Manila Diggers securing an early goal in the first opening minutes, maintaining relentless pressure, forcing Tuloy FC to defend rigorously. Despite this, Tuloy FC was able to show resilience, attempting to break through Digger's defense whenever possible. The match displayed a balance of attack and defense, Tuloy being determined as ever, and Manila Diggers being able to distribute to the flanks. Now, for the viewers, they have caught the attention of player number 22, Earl Pinheiro, because he has been showing a tape to the camera. Apparently, his baby sister, Inday Jasmine, is celebrating her first birthday today. Happy birthday, Jasmine. And that's all in this end. Back to you, Clara and Jing.
Thank you very much, Alex. It is a day of birthdays, actually, Jing. Happy birthday again to Coach Pong Liman and then the sister of Earl Pinheiro. But first and foremost, we got a reminder. Of course, we are powered by 8 Cuts Burgers. Do head to the side of the grandstand or to the grandstand here in the Rizal Memorial Stadium for your onion rings to take with you as you catch the action. May I go to the side now? I'll get my onion rings.
Ako na muna dito, claro.
I'll share a bucket with you. As we do see Salifu Big Boy Jata, who will kick off second half. So we've got the birthday of Coach Pong Liman again. Earl Pinheiro's sister. We also do have the birthday of our colleague Ivan Gallares.
That's right.
I might miss a few here. Ang dami.
Birthday ni Pong Liman, and he's gonna be he's not gonna be the happier of the two coaches during halftime. Despite them being one goal up, he's going to be the one that's going to be demanding more from his players. And kaya naman nagkaroon na naman ng isang substitution. No? That's 2 already that he's pulled the trigger on in less than 45 minutes, or in 45 minutes rather. No, it goes to show that he's unhappy with what he's seeing out there on the pitch.
Sabi nga ni Coach, sana maganda yung panahon when we talk about it, as this one was no good for Digger, who were an offense, or were just an offense, playing from left to right. And we do see Tuloy FC in blue. They are playing from right to left now. They'll try to take the spell of possession. We did see some halftime changes, of course, from the two squads. So Janmar Barcenilla, based on our graphics, is out, and Jovan Marfiga is in. Halike, he has surely, or we can say he's done well in the first half in that center mid role, but he may be in a more forward position now.
Certainly settled into the match after a bit of a shaky start. But this is where Digger need to really improve, is how they control the ball and handle inside the opposition half. They've just been a little bit too lackadaisical, giving the ball away. Hindi nila na-maximize. Lalong-lalo na pag nagpe-press sila na maayos and nakukuha nila yung bola, they aren't able to take advantage. And one thing that I'd like to see in the second half, Claro, is their ability to get out into the wings and deep into enemy territory and to supply crosses into the box. That was one of the aspects of the game that we were expecting to be a real issue para sa Tuloy dahil sa physical difference. But I can't remember any crosses.
Parang halos walang cross.
Really, that were of any danger, of any threat to Tuloy. A lot of balls like this that are floated for Jata. Granted, nagkaroon ng konting commotion doon, but really it's a hopeful ball rather than a incisive pass into their big man.
You see that forward ball, getting it out by with the means of a bicycle kick. I think one question could be possibly raised. These Tuloy boys are working double time to stop Jata. So could they possibly run out of steam in the end after working double time?
Well, you know, they have to provide extra cover for Jata. You can't go one-on-one with him with the way that he's built and the way that the Tuloy players are built. So I think they've done a good job in keeping him quiet, in fact. So I don't think in terms of fatiguing down the road that it would be an issue. They're just going to be very happy that they've kept him this quiet.
But Digger, in contrast, are still opting to go with Jata again. We are talking about this, of course, because he does have that matchup nightmare in theory to Tuloy FC.
Yung gusto mo sanang makita mula sa Manila Digger, no? Dahil ang daming ang attention na napupunta kay Salifu Jata, and that goes without saying, no? And that was always going to be expected. But if he's going to bring extra defenders to him, that means there's going to be another player that's open, right? And they should be trying to maximize those spaces that have opened up because of the attention towards Jata. And right now, they are still yet to take advantage of those spaces.
When you refer to wingers, of course, if Jata gets it and attracts attention, there's Ashley Flores on the left, Earl Pinheiro on the right. But just some subs to run through, of course, that were made right during halftime. Denmark Orakoy stepped off for Siron Saut, while Janmar Barcenilla, who is on a yellow, stepped off for Jovan Marfiga. A like-for-like change for Digger, as here comes Salifu Jata now, opting to dribble and take on the defense. 2-on-1, poked away well. But it stays with Digger, but the attack delayed. So Jovan Marfiga again came in for Janmar Barcenilla. A like-for-like change there. Marfiga, a defender, a similar build actually to Barcenilla. No crosses, Jing, but we may see a long throw from the looks of it from Darwin Regala. He's shown us this actually in his career as a shot was taken.
Fantastic finish.
Ooh.
A great strike. Kept it low and smashed it into the bottom left corner. It's a wonderful finish from Daiki Jahana.
The fan favorite doing it. And I was stunned there. I was at a loss for words with that one. Hey, that counts as a cross, right? The long throw. Let the debate begin.
Only half cleared. Look at that. One touch. Didn't even kill the ball dead. It was still bouncing. Boom. Beautiful technique. Caught everybody by surprise, Claro, not just you.
Were you surprised? I don't think so. You're the first one to reconnect things for us again.
Just saw the ruffle of the back of the net there. And you saw John Mick John Pineda pointing to the spot, and you knew it was a wonderful finish.
Daiki Jahana making it work for them. But Tuloy out to respond quickly. The shot was taken. They answer back in style. But then again, it had to take 2 goals. But hey, they're back in this one. 2-0, now 2-1. Siron Saud, the super sub, doing it for them. Back to a 1-goal difference in this one.
You see the contrast between the 2 goals. One, a moment of individual brilliance. This one, a collective, incisive play to get the goal. Getting it out wide, perfect cutback, beautiful finish. Mula kay Siron Saud. It's a wonderful goal mula sa Tuloy FC.
When we refer to that, of course, they did find Siron Saud, but you could see there was Siron Saud, someone making a dummy, and to be able to give space for his brother. Chemistry, we don't have to talk about it, we don't have to ask about it. It was there for the Saud brothers and the entire Tuloy FC team.
Instant response. Kung titingnan lang natin yung character ng dalawang koponan, no? You can see how much fight this Tuloy side has. They didn't allow themselves to slump their shoulders and get deflated. They're right back into this game.
This one up for grabs. Regala had some loose touches initially, but hey, it stays with Tuloy. Quick initiative. John Lloyd Halike gives it over to Siron Saud in the middle. Shin Min Ki using his veteran wits to get it out of the middle, as it is with Sangchon John. Back to Jimson Cristal. Looks like Digger doing a Tuloy here for a moment. With some commentators curse now. Tuloy will try to answer back on the counter quickly.
Unfortunately, it was the side of Tuloy that gives up the ball in their own half that they employed there. They almost got punished.
Doing a full copy-paste there, of course. But when we often talk to people, players, coaches, they copy all the good traits. Bad traits, of course, they try not to copy.
Pinapakita din ng Tuloy na marunong sila mag-press ng mataas. When they give that ball away inside the opposition half, they want to regain it very, very quickly.
Jata, but it was flicked by Daiki Jahana to Flores. But Salifu Jata's touch letting him down there. Hustling hard, but committing a foul in the process.
Nagpapakita ng konting frustration doon si Salifu Jata. Didn't really go for the ball.
As we see right here in our replay.
This was the lovely finish. That's side netting mula kay Daiki Jahana. At nakita mong nakatayo lang yung goalkeeper. But look at that. Great goal as well. And a great vantage point when you see it from behind the goal.
Gotta love those goal cameras, of course, which were introduced in this season's PFL coverage. And as we speak, there is a whistle in the middle of the park. Some extra action from Sangchon John. Looks like they're trying to bring out the gulang, as they say. I actually wonder if Coach Pong Liman taught that word to the foreign players of Manila Digger, given the circumstances. Well, we have an update full-time at Dynamic Herb Cebu Borromeo Sports Complex. It is 5-0. Cebu the Gentle Giants cruising to victory over Philippine Air Force. Cebu further pushing their hopes in the title race. As the through ball was stopped by Jovan Marfiga. It's great to see Jovan Marfiga. I got to chat with him real quick before the game. His last UAP season was marred by injuries, but he's here now with Manila Digger. Jata gave a promising ball, but Harin de Gracia there again. He's been solid in this game. We shouldn't forget, of course, Harin de Gracia also had a stint with the Ascos development team. De Gracia was that main man playing right back, actually. Or Pinheiro. Some space in the middle for Digger to operate. John. Binalik kay Pinheiro. Shin Min Ki. Trying to switch it over. Loose touches, but they still get to secure. There's the likes of Capistrano to beat now. Flores kicked it back, but the likes of Oracoy and company with the clearance.
Better for Manila Digger. Getting it out wide. Trying to create a threat from the wide areas. It's going to be very important for them.
Playing this one through.
If they want to create space for Salif Ujata to take advantage of centrally, they want to be able to stretch the back line a little bit more.
Stretch the back line, of course, in hopes of making a hole. Here comes John Lloyd Halike in a promising position. He was looking to give it to Diaz, but it was sent back. Sa kabila naman daw, sabi ni Siren South, but it was stopped by Jimson Crestal. But in that duel, Justin Lopanco won it back. Some back and forth in the midfield as Naughty Nunez will try to stabilize things for them. Some quick plays, but Digger just hounding them, but Nunez gets space. No surprise given his vision again as they play it through to Halike. But denied by the keeper again.
The two main men of Tuloy linking up perfectly. And the effort, the work rate mula kay Naughty Nunez, no? To create that in the perfectly weighted ball for Halike.
Taking it, and they make it! It looks like it's Justin Lopanco. Game on here, 2-2. And when we were talking about it again, Digger with the early goal, but with the pace of the game, especially in the first half, parang lamang yung Tuloy. But now, they had a setback, but they're back in it, 2-2. It's been a roller coaster of a game.
Who wants it more? That's the question on my mind when you watch these two teams at the moment. Grabe yung desire na ipinapakita dito ng Tuloy. Great work mula kay Halike. It was an open goal for Lopango, but he needed to get it on target. Look at this bit of skill. Great work. And sleeping were three Manila Digger defenders there. Allowed that to run across goal and not marking Lopango, who was wide open to smash that in.
I was actually going to ask how that ball reached Lopango over on the other side. And you answered it. Wow. John Lloyd Halike, mind you, not just the leading scorer of Tuloy FC, but he is their lead assist man. And that was his third assist of the season. But here comes Diaz now. Pinheiro was tracking back. Both players getting into a collision though. But it looks like a corner kick for Tuloy FC. But we have two of our men down. Some turf burn from the looks of it.
But in some real pain here is Earl Pinheiro, it looks like. His ankle, the point of issue. He came in fully committed, but pa-cross na dun. Yung player ng Tuloy, I think he got a lot of Pinheiro in this exchange. Oof, on the follow-through, actually.
Turf burn for Diaz, but for Pinheiro, it's the ankle.
A painful one. There, on the follow-through, he's caught twice. And immediately you can tell. I hope it's nothing serious, but from the reaction mula dito kay Earl Pinheiro, it's a painful one.
And we are at the 60th minute of this match already. Diaz is back as expected for Pinheiro. With the ankle, of course, it's got to be more severe. As he is receiving treatment, you don't want to lose him again, right? Because yes, Diggers do have their foreigners who really boost their squad, but a big factor in that machine of theirs are their homegrown players, as we know. But we just want to remind you, of course, before we resume play, that Star Polaris is the official match ball of the Philippines Football League. Looks like we'll get a replay of one of the previous spells.
Great opportunity here and a fantastic goal to make it 2-1. And this was immediately after conceding themselves. Tapos Not short, not long after. Ito naman, si Lopango to make it 2-2. A great game unfolding dito sa Rizal Memorial Stadium. And nakikita natin, yung talagang desire nitong Tuloy to get back into this game. When you look back at the previous play prior to the second goal of Tuloy, Nunez nicking it in midfield between two defenders who were a little bit stagnant in comparison to him. A great weighted ball, and you could just feel like parang mas gutom itong Tuloy at the moment in this game. And right now it's showing in terms of goals. Not good. Pinheiro being stretchered off.
Looks like we are expecting a substitution later for Pinheiro. We see activity over at the half line.
Oh, hinahanda dito si Jerome Marzan. A rare sighting para kay Jerome Marzan, who is a very talented player who has unfortunately not been able to get minutes as of late. This is a fantastic opportunity for him.
That next man up mentality. How will Jerome Marzan be able to provide? But first, they have to stop this corner kick. Let's see how will Tuloy handle this one again. They play it short as expected, given that Digger have that ceiling advantage. Siron Saut. But it was headed off. Digger now trying to get through, but there's just the Tuloy FC players swarming Marzan. It was Jimson Cristal earlier with the defensive header to stop the Tuloy spell. I just wanted to point out also, Jing, we do recall Digger's last game with UCFC, down 2-0, and they were tied 2-all all of a sudden. What Digger did to UCFC, flip it right here. Digger up 2-0. Tuloy doing a Digger, fighting back.
Well, we'll see if Manila Digger are able to get back in front the way UCFC did, but right now, the momentum all on the side of Tuloy.
As Manila Digger will try to get it down the left. Controlled by Tuloy FC, this ball taking some height off of Daniel Ashley.
They keep winning the midfield battles, Tuloy. Although Nunez called for the pullback a little bit there.
You see possession at 58% and 42%. They try to switch it up over to John. John up against the likes of Diaz. Shots at 5-7. This game even again, as we've said. Digger have had spells, but it's about staying consistent.
The difference is the two goals that Tuloy have created, they were masterfully crafted.
Similar to what we are seeing here.
The chances were really well worked. Whereas kung titingnan natin yung mga goals ng Manila Digger, it was off a rebound, and the other one, a piece of individual brilliance. No, in terms of creating clear-cut opportunities, yan ang gusto natin makita mula sa Manila Digger.
Questions that need answering for them. As they throw this one over the top, Sanction John came close to getting it, but it looks like Harin de Gracia is booked for that tough challenge. That one a bit physical.
Ryan Villanueva there trying to explain where the ball trajectory went. So he's saying that De Gracia got the ball, right? Because it's going outwards. And if you got the man, then John's direction would be where the ball is going. And he's got a good point there.
But nonetheless, for Tuloy FC, it's a yellow card on Harin de Gracia.
Nakita natin dun sa replay, no, that it looked like he got a bit of the ball.
Seemed good from our vantage point. But then again, tayo lang yung may replay here, right?
That's
you
right.
and I and the viewers. So Tuloy have to deal with this one. It's what you were looking for, Jing, across for Manila Digger when we were breaking down the way they've been playing in this game.
Yeah, an open play, claro. That's
Of
what
course. Of course. But this just came to their doorstep, of course. Binigay na lang eh. Just so that they could cross the ball.
Definitely these ones they have to take advantage of. Set pieces, they've got the height advantage. They should be able to try to muscle their way into getting an opportunity here. If
So-
they deliver the ball into the dangerous area.
Brian Villanueva versus Salif Ujata. Shin, our skipper, just waiting for a bit.
That's not what you want to see. In fact, that is the opposite. You want to cause a bit of chaos, not let Tuloy off the hook.
Clearly did not get to control the ball there. It was overhit. Couldn't even find the player.
You just need to get that into that 6-yard box where Jata is waiting and where he's shielding the goalkeeper. And on more than a few occasions, nakita na natin, no, si Michael Antilo, although playing decently, but para dito sa Tuloy, is culpable for dropping the ball or punching it into an area that could be laced with Manila Digger players.
As they played this one long off of Marfiga. Shin Min-ki still keeps it. Regala. The probing run from Halike. Tuloy FC causing trouble with that press. And they force that mistake.
Gotta love it. Being aggressive with and without the ball. Itong Tuloy.
But here comes John now quickly. One of their midfielders gives it over to their captain. Chahana gave it to Marzan. They did well there, but they get to contain Salif Ujata.
I'm enjoying Brian Villanueva's performance today. He is pumped at every sequence he wins against Salif Ujata.
And when you say pumped, of course, it's like he celebrates every stop, and you can't blame him. But you gotta love it, actually. He's making the dirty job of defending look glamorous.
Because it's an insight to what's going through his mind. He is locked in as of the moment.
If they could nail this, this could possibly be the game of his life. Who knows?
Definitely, you know, recently just a champion at the high school level of the UAAP. He's not getting this kind of challenge at that level. Even if he moves up and plays in the UAAP, he's not going to get that level of a challenge there, you know. So it's fantastic to see that he's taking on something like Salif Ujata. And oof, Regala taking that one. Snapped his head back.
Wrong place, wrong time of sorts. As there's the diagonal ball. Looks like Lopanco was beaten now. Still on the other side. Keeper getting it though. And finally secures it, but loose handles again there from Antilo. But he did get to stop Ashley Flores.
Brave off his line. This is the bread and butter of Ashley Flores.
We apologize for any technical difficulties, but here comes Tuloy now. Trying to answer back. Diaz. Cyril Saut whips in the cross. They came close to playing Lopanco, who was on the other side. But they still keep it, though. Now with Digger's numbers back, it's looking good for Tuloy. Diaz taking it, denied by the keeper. Cyril Saut will try to clean up the garbage, cuts it back. Oh, Naughty Nunez came also close. Wow. Digger escaping there.
Great save. Yuya Kuriyama keeping Manila Digger in this match. Again, a great opportunity manufactured by the clear run and nice attempt there.
Naughty Nunez. You think he's expecting it to go to his right, pero nasa kaliwa niya. Oh, so close. Both teams have flirted with danger. right, actually, with some of their miscues here and there. Trying to pounce on trying to pounce on the other, but Brian Villanueva is back in okay.
He's growing restless on the sideline. Taketomo Suzuki is about to make a substitution, and he's going to be very, very pleased with what he's seeing right now.
But we look at the replay from the previous spell.
Hindi natin nakita doon no, kung bakit nakahiga si Brian Villanueva kanina. It seemed to be a coming together earlier.
And here comes Rocky Grizola now throwing it in. The chance to make it, but no good for John Lloyd Halike.
We're talking about crosses, and now even Tuloy FC are employing them to great effect.
I got that confidence going, but here comes John giving it to almost no man's land. Marzan had the right intentions though. Execution letting him down. Well, there's the previous one. Jovan Marfiga putting his body on the line to get that stop.
But they're coming in quick succession now, the chances for Tuloy. Fantastic in transition. They know exactly where the runs are going to be. And to be fair to them, they've got the technique to make the pass, to get in behind.
So we just got to see a sub for Tuloy FC. Levi Sahor checked in for Justin Lopanco. And mind you, Sahor did give some crucial goals to Tuloy FC in the Copa Paulino Alcantara. And that is why it is no surprise that he is coming in as that spark plug or hopeful spark plug for Coach Taketomo Suzuki. But first they have to deal with this one. Ashley Flores will try to use all his experience and might. This one loose in the goalkeeper box, and Michael Antilo just gets the stop here, but they give up a corner kick.
Jim Ashley Flores, the source of a lot of the positivity para sa Manila Digger. Again, causing issues, almost finding Jata in the middle.
And again, he entered the game as a sub in the first half.
That's right.
Because things weren't going well for them. As Jahana gives us the outswinger. This one quite loose. It may have come off Villanueva and eventually sent out. Goal kick ang tawag daw dito. Well, we do see Darwin Regala, I think, trying to plead his case.
They throw their bodies. Tuloy just getting themselves in front of the ball whichever way they can. They are scrapping here tonight. You gotta love it.
The long ball. Will Halike connect? He'll try to go for his options inside the box, but he blows past Marfiga with his speed.
Ooh.
It was off the post, but we saw it's the left side of the post, of course, but hey, close one.
Second time he's done that. Halike, so clever. He looks like he's gonna show outwards, like he wants to cut and go for a shot. And then he cuts inside, and look how much space he's able to manufacture there. And nakita niyang ang bilis ng recovery ni Darwin Regala. Didn't have much options there, so went for the shot, and he was so close, claro.
Props to Regala, of course, for changing that up. As we see one now, Ashley on the left. Poked away, Daiki Jahana. Over to Jata. Jata just played to no man's land.
He has been getting stressed by Brian Villanueva.
So is that man, Coach Taketomo Suzuki of Tuloy FC. Interesting though, Coach Taketomo getting stressed, but
Wow.
Halike clearly getting knocked. The yellow was shown without hesitation by Mick John Pineda.
Jovan Marfiga, mukhang bumawi ng konti dun kay Halike na naisahan siya ng last sequence.
In his first season as a pro, Jovan Marfiga, after playing out his UAAP eligibility with LaSalle.
Ah, that's not pretty. Not a good tackle at all from Jovan Marfiga.
He clearly had John Lloyd Halike in front of him there. Well, there's confirmation again on the yellow card.
Player down para sa Tuloy.
It's Michael Antilo, their goalkeeper. Is this game management, Jing? What do you think?
Well, you can't assume. You know, he's been out off his box on several occasions. He's put his body on the line, Michael Antilo.
And we also have to factor in that just like the other Tuloy players, not the tallest, so they do have to work double time, right? He'd use his athleticism and reflexes double time. Well, we take a look again at this close one. And here was Digger on the other end. Chahana, a promising delivery. Brian Villanueva putting his body on the line.
It all counts. Kahit likod gamitin mo. Basta hindi makarating kay Jata.
Siyempre, basta hindi handball din.
Right.
Of course.
He is sniffing a chance here. He knows he could get all 3 points in this game. He's not happy that they are level pegging against a side that was heavily favored to beat them. No, he wants more Taketomo Suzuki, and that's the kind of demands that he places on his players. And even at such a young age, on their young shoulders, he is placing expectations for them to perform and to improve on a regular basis.
Coach Take has really worked his way up here. He is a Japanese national, but has been in the Philippines for quite some time. He did coach the youth ranks, actually, with the likes of the NCRFA, as Marfiga headed it. Notti Nunez gave it over to the right wing. The cross, though, by Cyril South was denied, or I beg your pardon. Yes, that's Cyril South. Mind you, again, we do have the South brothers for Tuloy FC. 12 minutes remaining until additional time in the second half.
Who would have thought, Claro, that you're seeing Manila Digger kind of playing their backs against the wall here against Tuloy.
And of course, we were expecting Digger to use all their veteran wits and even their heft, their height. But we're geared up for a finish here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium, as we will turn it over to Alex Lagman to give us a report.
A great display of determination by Tuloy FC, scoring right after conceding a goal, and afterwards the equalizer. It's crucial for Manila Diggers to get the 3 points in this game, for they'll be facing higher-ranked teams in their following games. While Tuloy looking promising for a newer team and looking to cause an impact in this tournament. Now with currently a tie, these two teams are now playing on equal field, exchanging attack after attack.
Thank you very much, Alex, for that update. And there you go. That's pretty much a scenario both teams find themselves in. Now, which or who will prevail, as it's with Antilo. There is the probing run from two players, with the likes of Jata and Ashley Flores. But a call here with Jerome Marzan winning a free kick close to the half line. And mind you, Jing, this second half went by really quick.
There have been great action between both teams. The tempo much higher than the first. And Manila Digger got their second goal, but now they find themselves in a bit of a bind here against Tuloy.
As they play this one back. And I was a little restless there at first with that back pass, but we did see that ball eventually settle as it is picked up by Brian Villanueva. He was dispossessed by Ashley Flores. Over now to John. He tried to shake and bake, but the Tuloy supporters loving that stop. Will they translate defense to offense right now? We will find out. And it's given over to Sahor on the left, taking on Daniel Ashley. Tuloy again showing no fear. Marfiga with the clearance. Regala versus the likes of Rocky Grizola. It's now with Harin de Gracia. He is trying to move forward and support. It came off of Diaz. The flag was up though, even before the likes of Sahor could go for it. Well, they're still displaying that fire that you've been talking about in this game.
Napakagandang makita pag nagta-transition itong Tuloy, alam nilang may suportang parating. So kahit hindi sila tumingin, alam nila na pag pinasa ko yung bola into this channel, there's gonna be somebody there. And you saw when that ball was given away by Manila Digger, 2, 3 players, shoulders slumped, hands on their knees, disappointed, not reacting and getting back on defense. And meanwhile for Tuloy, they were all guns blazing in that transition. And these just little moments where nabanggit nga ni Alex, no, parating na ang mga mahihirap na mga laban para sa Manila Digger. These types of situations won't go unpunished against the likes of Stallion, Kaya, Cebu, and Wantagig, no? So if they want to use this as a platform for the bigger matches, they need to be able to act in the right manner.
Of course, so it's not looking good if they bring this performance carrying on. Kasi tandaan natin, Coach Pong said this is the build-up, right? To facing the top and established PFL teams. As it is with Regala, gave it back to John. John with the cross off of Jata, denied though by Antilo. Still Jata hitting the side netting. It is no good. No hesitation there from what we saw. Well, that was so close, but not quite. And there's a look at Coach Pong Liman.
What a stop, Michael Antilo. At yan ang hinahanap natin. Claro, you know, getting it into the wide area, crossing it into the box for Salifu Jata to attack, and good things happen.
But it's the few times we saw it again. As we've been talking about it in this game, Halike, they get to switch it even in the box. Tuloy came close to finding Noti Nunez. And what you were mentioning with them, right? They do know that other players or teammates will back them up. As it is with Antilo. And they carry on despite plays not going their way. I think that's a credit to, number one, the discipline with their Japanese coach instilling values. Number two would be the chemistry. They've built that years, with all the years, actually.
Whoa.
That was no good, though, because there was a foul already.
Interesting what the call was.
I did not see the flag up, actually.
The flag did not go up.
We had the whistle from referee Mick John Pineda. But interesting change, though. Harry Giganto pictured coming in. Looks like they'll try to throw everything, Ching.
They're going to risk him. He's not 100%. He was out with a hamstring. And they're going to see if they could utilize him for the last 5 minutes here.
Getting in some instant impact, hopefully for them.
Foul against John Rocky Grizola, but you got to love the intensity of the way he was covering Jim Ashley Flores. You can't allow any room to operate.
And you see right there, it's going to be a cross. We were expecting more crosses in this game already. We've seen some of them. Will it lead to a goal here again, given the matchup of Digger over Tuloy? Jata couldn't get to it. Grizola, same. And still with Jata, swarmed 4-on-1, but the shot was taken by Marzan and clearly out in the bout. Things not going their way. Well, we've been saying it, right, with Digger. Their results or their games have been grinded out against teams from the mid-table, teams from the bottom.
We've seen them dig deep in a lot of their games. And while they've lost their way on a few moments here, you'd expect them to do similarly again. Fantastic finish.
Just like what you said there. And they get it. Ashley Flores. Could this be the winner? Of course, they'll have to play some tough defense to make that goal stick because there's still time. But Ashley Flores coming up big when they needed it the most. You were saying, Jing, they were lacking those crosses in this game, but they finally started getting those in. Ashley Flores sending it past Antilo.
And look who delivers the cross. There's no surprise that it's Eric Giganto who's delivered the killer ball there. They've missed him all throughout this game. And finally, a good ball into the box, and Jim Ashley Flores heads it home.
Eric Giganto getting that instant impact they were looking for. Because, mind you, of course, oftentimes, Eric Giganto would start on the left wing, Ashley on the right, or you could swap them around, two veterans. As Hanen de Gracia got to dispossess Ashley Flores. Giganto was just inserted as a sub, as he's been nursing an injury. Flores, on the other hand, just came back from his national team or U17 Filipinas coaching duties. And Giganto delivering as expected, because after all, he is the team's leader in assists. That's his third of the season. As there's action in the middle, Shin Min Ki continue to battle despite being down on the ground. Jerome Marzan. Giganto. Over to Jata. Will this be the moment for him? Denied by the keeper once more though. But Giganto in, trying to keep it. Couldn't get it on target though.
Lovely first touch to get him the angle to shoot. Couldn't get it on target. Digger got the cutting edge as of the moment.
That was the goal hitting the net to make it 3-2. But the man down for Digger, or just some players getting stretched out.
And perhaps dapat siguro hindi na tayo na surprise sa pangyayari nito late in the game, no? Dahil thriller machine nga naman talaga tong Manila Digger.
There you go.
No boring matches when they're involved. There's always an element of drama. And certainly lots in this one.
Manila Digger giving us another thriller in Manila. Brian Villanueva continuing to take his task to heart. Tuloy have some time though, but they do need to get stops because now the switch has been flipped. Jahana got it over to the other side. Giganto, he has Flores in the middle along with big boy Jata. We'll try to take this one patiently. Cristal got in now, and another run. Shy of the near post though, as we are nearing additional time. Digger searching for a cushion now.
Fantastic opportunity, good work. Wala kay Cristal. And Brian Villanueva getting his body in the way there. There were 3 red shirts ready to pounce.
Well, we do see a change, and it will be... It is Diaz stepping off with Demate checking in. We have 5 minutes of additional time as confirmed by 4th official Clifford Daipuyat.
That's a lot of time. Could be another twist to this story.
But first, we'll need to deal with this corner from Digger. 1 goal lead. We heard it a while ago, right? Not a safe margin as this was taken by Jata. You see how he just easily reached for it. Now they'll try to get themselves going here. It's bounce back time when we refer to Tuloy. Hey, Jing, but it looks like this is kind of following that script of Diggers lost to UCFC.
Well, they are knocking on the door, trying to get a fourth here. Manila Digger, they've looked a lot livelier with potent threats out on the wing. With Ashley Flores on one side, Giganto on the other.
Picked up by Marzan. Cristal. Some Minjala flavor here with Manila Digger as expected because of their coach. Giganto just got beaten though. Halike just driving traffic for them now. Tuloy getting the edge of the area. Daniel Ashley with the denial. But we do see Cyril South run for the quick throw-in, hopefully. That's the case for them.
Just didn't get the cut back right there. So many shirts arriving at the edge of the area. Needed to get that closer to the edge of the box rather than into the middle.
Throw in, but we do see Digger's numbers back in hopes of making life difficult for Tuloy FC. And as we heard, of course, in our report earlier, Coach Pong Liman did say if they're going to defend as a unit and attack as a unit. And now's the time, of course, to defend as a unit as they'll try to close this one out strong. The slide, Nunez just getting it forward. Off of Ashley. Halike. Grizola. Unforced error there. Tuloy with their backs against the wall. Is this making them crack? Time not on their side, time expiring bit by bit.
Tired legs out there. I think that was a sign mula kay Grizola. It's been an intense match, particularly this second half.
Throwing down the line. Brian Villanueva got it. Jata couldn't secure. Nunez over to Cyril Saut. Trying to get it over. The header though from Darwin Regala. Shin Minki. Taiki Jahana. Just trying to keep it with all his might, of course. Credit to Naughty Nunez for the effort. Cristal over to Shin. Slowly but surely now for Digger. Will they get that insurance goal? The cross was low because it appeared that it came off of a Tuloy defender. But a shot taken by big boy Jata. But it looks like he hurt Villanueva in the process. Villanueva limping just a bit.
He's soldiering on here because he knows no time can be wasted. They need to get going. That touch was loose. He's gotten into trouble here.
Ashley Flores lost his footing in the process. It appears that he is also hurt over in his right leg.
This is it, last play.
Villanueva up as they are desperate to find an equalizer. They want to at least salvage a draw. And there is a foul against Jovan Marfiga.
And that's a silly one to give away. You're giving Tuloy one last chance here.
Like what you said.
Didn't even go for the ball, Jovan Marfiga. It's just a push from behind. And that's gonna drive Pong Liman mad, because he was heading to the corner of the pitch. It wasn't gonna be of any danger. And you've just given up an opportunity here, a free chance for an opportunity to get into the box.
And it could possibly be the last few kicks of the game.
It's a head scratcher, really.
All Tuloy's outfield players in the attacking half. Ashley Flores, who took a fall earlier or was hurt, but it's given away here quickly. Daiki Jahana. Ashley Flores got down. Again, he had to shake off that leg injury, I think, or he got hurt in the process. Turned out he got to burn time for them. Flores also hurt.
He doesn't seem right just yet, Flores. That chance coming a little too early for him.
Well, here comes the cross. Halike couldn't get it in, though.
What an opportunity right at the death. That was the last action. Halike right in front of goal. Tuloy fought all the way to the very end. A fantastic contest. And so many of the blue shirts crumpling to the floor here. What a fight they put into this game. But in the end, Manila Digger ending this one on top.
Manila Digger. Do we say this is a trademark grinded out game?
Look at it.
Not just Tuloy players down on the ground with frustration. Same for Manila Digger players.
Everybody's on the pitch because they're dead. They gave absolutely everything in this game. Manila Digger needing to put out their full against this young Tuloy side to get the 3 points, and Tuloy, heartbreak for them. Grabe yung pinakita nila para makabalik sa laro to make it 2-2. But these are the things that you have to learn. You know, you have to take on the disappointment as well.
It was not pretty for Manila Digger, especially knowing how we got to have a chat with Coach Pong Liman and how they aspire to play and establish themselves in this one. But hey, they got the job done on his birthday. But Tuloy FC continue to show heart. They are also one of the crowd favorite teams, actually, mind you, and they just displayed to us why, and that's just the case here. But what they showed, don't you forget, we actually still have one more game, but I think we left it out there, Jing.
No, fantastic game. And we've been seeing a lot of this in the Philippines Football League, you know. And it's not easy to have your stock be raised in a defeat. And yun yung nakita natin ngayon mula sa Tuloy, no? Kahit natalo sila, napakita nila that they belong at this level. And kailangan natin maalala, no, 17 to 21 or 22 years of age lang ang mga players na to. And that's the kind of performance they were able to create against a team like Manila Digger. And you look at the battles on the pitch. Brian Villanueva, 17, against a giant 28-year-old in Salifu Jata. Kept him quiet. He's not on the score sheet there today, right? And it took some injection of talent at the end mula kay Jeffrey Liman para makuha ng Manila Digger yung panalo. And you can see Salifu Jata right now, he's walking over to the Tuloy bench. He's appreciative of the incredible work that this Tuloy side brought into this game.
They sure did give Jata and the entire Manila Digger team a run for their money, but you gotta love the respect that they are showing at the end of this game. Handshakes everywhere. Just sportsmanship, but we run through our scorers. We've got Pinheiro giving us the opener in the second minute, but Tuloy again continued to hustle hard and dictated the pace of this game. As we pointed out earlier, Jahana made it 2-0 as Siron Saud rather made it 2-1 before Justin Lopanco made it level, and we got a thrilling finish right here before Ashley Flores gave the winner here for their coach Pong Liman on his birthday. As we will turn it over to Alex Lagman with our moment man of the match.
Hello, beside me now is the moment man of the match, player number 11, Jim Ashley Flores. He is an impact sub. He scored the winning goal, and he has been coaching the U17. Congratulations po, Flores, player number 11. Ang tanong ko po sa inyo, paano po yung naging adjustment nyo pagbalik nyo po dito after coaching the U17 and also after that tie with Tuloy FC po?
Being in a professional level, you have to be ready all the time. No matter what, it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, you just have to be ready. And back to my days from San Beda College, I'm usually a substitute player where I'm used to being on there and giving my 100%. That's the only way for me to always catch up with the boys.
Ano pong masasabi nyo yung impact nyo sa game na to?
Usually it's controlling the tempo of the game because those kids were really fast. So they move the ball really fast and they're technically good. So for us to be able to handle the game, it's more of about controlling the tempo of the game, momentum, where to run, when to penetrate those runs. And yeah, we just get the win from the set piece, and yeah. That's it.
How would you say the overall team performance po?
I'm always happy with the boys. We train so hard usually. We follow the coach's plan, and everyone from the bench is always ready to come on.
Okay po, thank you very much. Congratulations. Back to you.
Thank you.
There you go, Ashley Flores, our moment man of the match. And he was inserted again as a sub in the first half. And right when they put him into the game, Jing, naka-impact agad si Ashley Flores.
And that, as he mentioned, goes all the way back to his days in college with Sambeda. Ganyan talaga ang trabaho ni Jim Ashley Flores. Pag pinasok siya, instant impact. And nakita natin today that even if he is given extended minutes, grabe ang contribution niya sa laro. And at the very end, the most important contribution ay nabigay niya with that winning goal. 4 minutes from time. An incredible performance from Jim Ashley Flores all throughout. And now we've got an opportunity to hear from the birthday boy who's with Alex Lagman.
Hello, beside me right now is Coach Liman, the coach of Manila Diggers FC. Una po sa lahat, congratulations, Coach. And habang the pre-interview before the game po, sinabi niyo ho ang isang birthday wish niyo, which is for the team to meet your expectations and plans in this game. Ano pong masasabi niyo ho? Na-meet po ba nila?
Actually, medyo siguro ang sabihin ko is 50-50 na lang kasi if you will check the game, it was very crucial game. It was very intense. At the same time, the first plan talaga is we have to put 100% press to Tuloy Don Bosco. But if you will not do that 100%, they will try to play ball possession game. Because alam natin ang Tuloy Don Bosco talaga pagdating sa technical side, they are very high on that. Lalo na yung mga from one side to how they will switch the ball from one side to another. It's very, very good. But again, sa side naman ng sa team ko, sa Manila Digger FC, we'll just stick to the plan. We have to defend until the last minute of the game. Ang pinaka bottom line ko nga dun sa message is hanggat hindi matapos yung game, we have to play collective football. Attacking and defending. No matter what happened, yung game na to, napakasimpleng bagay lang, ibigay nyo lang sa taong merong may birthday today. So, sa akin naman, nakuha nila kasi if you will go back to the game, it was 3-2. At the end of the day, we won the match, we earned the 3 points, we go high now sa ranking. So, aside from that, I'm very thankful for the team, especially kasi grabe yung effort nila eh, di ba? Makita mo yung mga bata, may mga nagka-cramps na, pero again, ang magagaling na players, they never surrendered hanggat hindi nila makakuha yung target ng buong team. So hanggat meron pang oras na natitira, babangon yan at maglalaro ulit. So, thank you very much.
Sir, I'm sure po na everyone's curious. Pagdating sa point na nagkaroon ng equalizer ang both teams, ano po yung naging adjustment ng team ninyo?
I think it's the heart. Yun yung pinaka-adjustment kasi if you're in the middle of the game, lahat na ng players yan, parang iba na yung nagiging isip eh. May iba down na kasi nga nagtuto, di ba? So ang kinokol na lang kong attention doon is you have to play the game. The way you play in training, just apply. Do not surrender. Heart ang importante sa lahat. So kung kailangan makuha mo siya hanggang matapos yung laro, huwag kang sumuko. Kasi mas masarap tumawid sa football field, go back to the dugout na nakataas yung no. So yun lang, heads up. Yeah.
Thank you po very much, Coach Liman. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Alex.
Sir,
And
thank you
Coach
po.
Pong, a happy birthday again. And I think Coach Pong can really celebrate his birthday now. Of course, he did really show, of course, that he is feeling it today. But we will sign off from match number 2 today. But don't forget, we still have one more matchup later on between Philippine Army FC and Loyola FC. But that does it here. Match number 2, a thriller in Manila, we could even argue. But a big thank you on behalf of Direct Francis Hopilio. This was Clara Manzan on call for this match alongside Jing Hamlang and pitch side reporter Alex Lagman. See you from the second game, but we'll catch you later on for the third one.
always trying to put me down on the ground, but I haters be jealous, cause I'm the right in their mind. In their minds, screw up with me, boy, don't go right in their minds. Come on at me, boy, there's a fight in their minds.